Hi Charlie, welcome to the 40th day of my video polling analysis experiment, where I break down and analyze the LinkedIn poll that I posted last week and that closed this morning. Now, I've said many times that I try to post polls about the most trending topics that I encounter in the news or in real life, and last week's trending topic was definitely Apple. So I asked the poll question, is Apple still a good long-term investment? There were 3 answer choices, yes, no, and I'm not sure. 93 people had voted on this poll as of yesterday morning. When the poll closed this morning, it had 97 votes. And 62% of those individuals said that yes, Apple is still a good long-term investment. 14% of them said no, Apple is not a good long-term investment, and 24% were honest enough to say that they weren't sure. I wasn't very surprised by this distribution. Apple is still considered a pretty foundational stock in most portfolios. It is overrepresented in the S&P 500 relative to the other 499 stocks in the index. And Apple, I believe, still has a great deal of revenue generation to do. I mean, millions of Americans carry around an iPhone every single day. MacBooks are relatively popular, especially among college students. So I think that Apple has a pretty solid hold on specific markets, and that will enable it to continue being a profitable company for at least a few more years. However, Apple's Q4 2024 earnings report caused its stock to decline by 0.67%. Its revenue rose 4% quarter over quarter, reaching $124.3 billion in Q4 of 2024. This is slightly higher than the $124.1 billion in revenue estimated by analysts. Apple also reported $2.40 in earnings per share, or EPS, beating analyst estimates of $2.35 earnings per share. However, iPhone sales also declined in Q4 of 2024 to $69.1 billion. This was 2.7% below iPhone revenue expectations of $71 billion. Additionally, Apple's sales in China overall dropped by 11%. However, despite this mixed bag earnings report, Apple still has a $3.5 trillion market capitalization, which makes Apple one of the most valuable stocks in the entire world in terms of market capitalization. So obviously you should consult a financial professional for financial advice about how much or how little you should be representing Apple in your stock portfolio. But from my perspective, it seems like Apple is still a pretty solid company. It's still posting decent results in terms of revenue and earnings, even though it's facing declines in certain areas such as sales in China. Perhaps the iPhone isn't as popular as it used to be. So overall, I don't think Apple is going anywhere right now. I'm probably going to be using this Apple iPhone for at least a few more years. I believe it's about 2 or 3 years old right now, and it has a couple of cracks, but it's still working decently well. So I'm obviously going to continue incorporating these Apple products into my life. But as for the kind of ancillary Apple products like the Apple Watch, I think I'm going to skip those for now. I'm just not a Apple Watch person or a watch user in general. I'm fine with my phone from Apple and my Lenovo ThinkPad laptop. So anyway, Charlie, thank you for listening to my little spiel about Apple. Again, if you want solid financial or investing advice, consult a financial or investing professional, someone who's licensed, someone who's qualified, someone who can give you the advice that you need to make good investing decisions regarding Apple and many other types of equities and securities. So anyway, I'm going to show you the LinkedIn poll as it appears on the actual website to prove that I'm not completely making it up. This is the Apple poll as it appears on the LinkedIn website where I posted it. As you can see, it now has 97 votes. That means that 4 people voted on this poll on the very last day that it was posted, because when I wrote the script, it only had 93 votes. So I think that's a good sign that, 4 additional people voted on the very last day when the algorithm is certainly not prioritizing it. As you can see, a yes is the most popular answer to whether Apple is still a good long-term investment. You have a few no's, a few I'm not sures. So just wanted to prove that this poll was indeed real. Anyway, Charlie, thanks again for listening to my little spiel about Apple, and stay tuned tomorrow for my 41st video polling analysis. Have a wonderful day, and goodbye.